Lost two regular season games here. What's the mood in the locker room with amongst the guys going into the third here?
Well, we're not happy with what transpired. We played better yesterday in Boston than we did in game one, so we moved the right direction. But moving the needle a little bit each night's not going to get us wins. We've got to find a way to win, and we've got to get some offensive confidence. We've got to play a little better defensively and come out and have a total team effort tomorrow. So the guys believe they can do it, but this has been a tough building for us to play in, and it'll be a stiff test.
Todd, do you ever weigh the role of fortune in a game as it relates to, looking at actually how the game ended as opposed to how well you played?
That's a tough question to really answer because as you try and look at it from your perspective, there's their perspective. They had a post and an open net that they missed, and we had opportunities that we missed. 99 out of 100 times it goes the right way. It really does. And you make your breaks, you earn your breaks, you take advantage of your breaks. And those are all areas that we have to do a better job of. And, if you're inferring to the game yesterday late, where we had some opportunities, hit some posts and did those types of things, yeah, it didn't go our way. But when I looked at the chances, again, it could have been 4 or 5-1 earlier in the game, and then it wouldn't have mattered. So they missed some nets. Fate's what you create, really, when it's all said and done. And we have to do a better job of creating positive fate.
Todd, you want to stick with the lines. You still believe that Leon can drive his own line, and yet there's people saying, just put Leon on with Connor, and then Nuge can play the second line center. I mean, obviously you're a coach, and you've lost 2 games, but you're looking at the big picture too.
Yeah, well, we have there's a lot of coaches out there that like to put their lines together. Some of them are standing right in this group right now. I know that you guys love to do that. And then there's a lot of other coaches at home. My dad being one of them, he likes to send me his line, and then I've got my brother that likes his lines. And you know what? If we sat around and put all the line combinations together, we'd go insane. Obviously, we need to win games, but we also need to give the lines an opportunity to gel and to come together. 10 days ago, they didn't look too bad. Last 2 games, they don't look real positive, yet there are some signs of players coming. I was asked the question last night about the young right wingers, with Ty Ratty still being a fairly young NHLer, and Jesse Pugliarvi and Yamo, and they haven't been producing at 2 goals a game pace. Well, that's not realistic. It doesn't work that way in the real NHL. It may work that way in the exhibition season, but they have to go out and find ways to chip in every now and then, and there's others that have to pick up the slack. So line combinations, we'll try and stay as consistent as we can to give the group an opportunity to play through it, and if it's not going real well, then we'll shuffle the deck.
Your default has been to, when you're behind in a game, though, is to sometimes slide Leon up.
Well, we did that last night. Before timeouts, after penalty kills. If Leon gets on the ice with Nuge and Connor, those are 3 pretty good offensive players, and they have a chance to do some damage. I think you could see that with Boston's consistent line when they've got Bergeron and Marchand and Pasternak on a line. They're dangerous every shift. They can take over a game. We've got our offense spread out a little bit, and we still find ways to get them on the ice together.
In the big picture, though, it seems certainly from where we're standing that Leon has to drive his line. Leon needs to be able to find success against second pairings, against the next guys that aren't facing Connor. To me, that's imperative for this team to score enough goals to have a playoff season. Is that how it looks to you?
Yes, that's a fair observation and a fair assessment. He's proven he can do it, and we believe he can do it. But the proof is in the pudding and getting the results. And we're 6 periods in, we haven't quite got them, obviously. But can Leon drive his own line? Yes, he can. He's been trained that way. He's been paid that way, and he has to produce that way. But it's not just Leon and Connor. I think the focus goes to those 2. Other teams get 3rd and 4th liners that contribute offensively. And they check well and they get some penalty killing done. They get offense from the blue line. So there's a lot of different areas that we have to sharpen up and help those two out as well.
Your offense on the blue line has been a concern for a while. I mean, Sekera being out doesn't help you any. But if you had just even one guy who was offensive-minded, you know, a 50-point guy who could score some goals from the point, I mean, that would take the load off forwards, I'm sure.
Yeah, but your question is you're asking me to worry about something that's maybe not in our locker room. I have to worry about what's in the locker room, and we have to make the group that's better, the group that's in there better. And there is offensive skill in that blue line. We have to get it out of them. We have to play in the other team's zone a little bit longer so that they can show us their skills. Are we Eric Carlson back there? No, we're not. But we've got some other ingredients that can contribute and contribute more often offensively than we're getting.
Jesse looks like he got frustrated last night. Things weren't going well. Could you sense that his body language was such that this isn't looking very good for me?
He wasn't the only one. There was a group there that you could sense some frustration. As I said to the group between the second and third, like that we're playing against a good team, a team that knows how to check, and they've got a 3-1 lead. They're going to create frustrating moments for us, but we've got to find a way to fight through those frustration moments. I thought we were a little more offensive in the third. We had more looks and more opportunities, but dealing with some of that stress is still a lesson that we have to learn.
Todd, just piggybacking on Mandy's previous question about the blue line, were there times in the Boston game that the D-men got some sitters and didn't seem to be ready or in proper shooting position, proper scoring position? Is that where you were saying you've got to make them better and maybe put that mentality in, hey, you're going to get a couple sitters from Leon, be ready to step into one?
Yeah, there's that. There's also other factors that go into maybe mishandling it or misreading it.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect, but when we look at our D last year, we look at our D this year. It's a group that's been together for a while. We want them to defend well first, but there's also some offense there. But picking your spots and executing when you get there is something that we're trying to help them with.